gotta accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, latch on to the affirmative, and don't mess with Mr. In Between. You gotta spread joy up to the maximum, bring gloom down to the minimum, have faith or pandemonium's liable to walk upon the scene. Accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative, and latch on to the affirmative, and don't mess with Mr. In Between.
3, 2, and 1. Welcome to Miracles Online Podcast. This is a podcast about great stuff like dating, love, relationship, marriage, all that togetherness. And we're about 2 weeks away from New Year's, so we're going to dive into a few topics that's going to tie into what's all going to be 2026.
And who are you?
I'm your host, Jeff, and this is...
I'm Kat.
And Kat is going to lead you down the road of what this episode is all about.
Here I go, leading away. Welcome to episode 64, if he hasn't mentioned it already.
I did.
So let me ask you. Oh. Okay, you stepped on my line there. What if the reason that most couples feel disappointed by February isn't because they failed to reach their goals, but because the goals were never the right tool for love?
It's kind of like the gym thing, isn't it? I joined the gym on January 1st.
Yeah.
By February, I'm like, oh, man.
By February 15th. And most gyms, membership owners know that. They can give you the stats. It's a crazy, our life is a culmination of the things that we put on our calendar or habits.
Wow.
What we continually
the excuse about February is I can't go to the gym. There's no parking space. I have to walk too far.
I have to walk too far. Oh, don't you love that when you see people when we used to, go to the 24-hour fitness and people would just, angrily try to get a closer spot up front. God forbid they walked and got a little bit of warm up before they got into the gym.
Can't do that. So relationship is kind of like working out, isn't it? It requires effort. It requires you showing up. It requires hard work.
So for 2026, do you want to survive or thrive? Do you want to, go from surviving to design your life? Be intentional. What is it that you want?
I don't know.
But here's the real question. The real question is, are you entering the new year hoping your relationship, no matter how new or how old it is, improves? And that's hoping. The key word is, are you hoping it improves? Are you intentionally designing habits, steps on how it will actually be lived? That's the key idea here. And, like you said, it takes effort, Jeff. The core idea here is goals work for outcomes. Relationships live in process. And that's an interesting dichotomy there, because goals looks at, at the end product, where the process is, are my gym shoes set out to remind me to go work out so that I continue the process and actually do the deed.
The deed,
right? Whatever it is in your relationship or your pseudo New Year goals. So I don't think that couples need more goals. Do you, Jeff?
Well,
tell us what they do. Tell us what they do need.
Goals are fine. I think, so many people tend to misunderstand what goals are about, meaning that, I got to set this so I can reach it. And next, they have like 10 of them. And then it's hard to organized, and then you get flustered and ultimately I failed because I didn't achieve this. No, just you need a long-term goal, you need an intermediate goal, and you need a immediate goal or a daily goal. That's about it. That's only three,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
the long-term goal, you already know you're working forward, so you don't really think about that. Short term, I mean, when we talk about short term, it could be 6 months, a year, 2 years. So it's still some distance from getting that going on. But the daily, the regular goals, the things like when I wake up this morning, I say, what am I going to do? I'm going to do something great today, meaning that I'm going to contribute as positive as I possibly can to everything I do. And that's it. I don't sit there and go, today I have to do this by 10 o'clock. Do this by
And that
10:30.
is such a great point, Jeff. You know, I try to intentionally live the same way. Yes, I have certain things, priorities, but not everything can be a priority. I learned that a long time
Mhm.
ago with the, Ben Franklin and, time management training that I received in corporate America, is that not everything can be an A, because then you disappoint yourself and nothing gets done. In a relationship, um, relationship goals often sound like performance metrics. So, what does that sound like? Oh, well, our goal is to communicate better this year, or we're going to date more, or we're going to fight less. Okay. They measure success, but they don't teach the behavior. Okay. The pressure replaces having to be present. So I'll give you an example for us. It wasn't a goal, but my personal trainer, young lady, was sharing with me as we chat, through my 45-minute workout, how she has like a date night for us elderly. It's usually, it starts at late afternoon.
Wow.
We can beat the crowd and we're still awake. But and that's where one person plans the date, and then the next weekend the other partner plans the date. Now, Jeff and I have had date night, being married this long, of course we've had, but we never kept it a pattern. We never kept it on our calendar in a regular, consistent fashion. Now, okay, part of that is we've helped co-parent our granddaughter, and a lot of things revolved around, a little one. She's not so little anymore. Now what we do is we just make sure, she's with her mom or at home on a Saturday when we do our date planning. But I have really enjoyed it. I know Jeff has. We have done things and gone places that I know he wouldn't have picked, especially when I pick it, that he never would have picked, and vice versa. So we really kind of share and blend the best of each other with experience. Wouldn't you agree with that, Jeff?
Except for the trip to the shoe store.
We did not go to the shoe store.
Well, I would say that, it's been.
I tried. No, I tried. True story. I tried. We went to
well.
Whiskey Cake, and he loved it because I had brought him home some food when I took my girls out there, and he loved the food I brought home. So I said, well, let's go to Whiskey Cake and you have it fresh out of the kitchen. And I said, I love it because Houston Consignment or Home Consignment is right across the street. And he's like, no, that's not a date. He vetoed it.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't pressure him because they did close early anyway. We couldn't have gone. But yeah, he vetoed that.
Because I don't go and say, hey, date night at Guitar Center will be fantastic.
I would go with
No,
you.
you wouldn't.
Or Academy. I would.
Why would you?
To be a part of you, dear.
No, that's silly.
We both like guitars. We both like shoes. Come on.
No,
it
we
would've worked.
don't.
Well, I don't know what happened to the times that we've through the years when, I used to love us going to antique stores, secondhand bookstores.
What happened is this, and I'll be very upfront about this.
Please
when we
do.
work for other people, then when you get off other people's clock, you then try to cram everything you have into your life. And then, of course, go do trips and so forth.
Mhm.
We've been working on our own company, entrepreneurial point of view, for over
10 years.
15 years
15,
now.
yeah.
So every moment is, either calculating, strategizing, planning. And I know you're saying, well, you can't work all the time. No, you got to work when you're inspired.
Sure.
So there's that. But the thing is, sometimes you get on a flow. Like, for instance, I don't punch a clock, but that doesn't mean that I don't have deadlines. I have projects that I may have a 6 week leniency to have that completed. So I can be the kind of guy that just go, oh, well, it's got 6 weeks. I'll just worry about it. And then all of a sudden you realize got 1 week left. I'm just not built like that.
Sure.
If I have
you have to have discipline.
right. If I have 6 weeks, I'm already working at it from day one. So that's why, in sense of taking trips to go to, small town, to go to look for antiques. Yeah, okay, I get we don't do that anymore. But at the same time, how many antique stores can we go to see the same old thing?
There's a lot. And, I take that back, because if we were in Greece or we were in, wherever, Northern California, those little towns, bed and breakfast, this and that, that's what they have. So I know you would go along with me when we're sequestered on that.
I have to. I carry the wallet.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Really?
Yeah, because
I got my own cash. Okay.
Because she would go, hey, this looks really good. You get it? And then, of course, I go, oh, okay, baby.
Oh, I like that. Oh, yeah.
Baby. Again, I'm making light of this, of course, but
no, I didn't push back on that, and the only reason I didn't push back is because they were closing, and it would have interceded in our priority, which was to feed you.
Oh.
Yeah, to eat.
Nobody likes a hangry Chinese.
But
man.
we did the Christmas lights on the waterway, which was amazing. And in 20 plus years we've lived in the Woodlands, we've never done that. Now we've taken my granddaughter to the waterway for fireworks and other different things, but we hadn't actually done that, and it was amazing. Absolutely amazing, right, sweetie?
Yeah. Well, my amazing time was with you.
Oh,
but to look at sparkling lights that's plugged in on a tree is like, okay.
Oh, come on. It was much more than that. It was much more than that. They did a phenomenal job and had the Christmas carols going on in between the lights. And it was really, really lovely for the season, for the holiday. But, goals work for outcomes, relationships live in the process. And I'm going to repeat that because, really what they need in a couple scenario is you need clarity, you need agreements, and you need intentional design. Whether that's creating, an intentional, okay, we're going to do date, day / night. I decide the venues or venue one weekend and you decide the next. Or it's, okay, I think we need to communicate better, and you get, a couples deck like I'm going to be promoting soon as I finish it. And we're going to play a couples deck, to help enliven and invigorate and incentivize us to communicate more, nudge us to communicate more. What are some other things that couples could do, Jeff, to help with the process to nourish and nudge the process as opposed to just go, okay, by the end of the year, we're going to do this?
I think one of the things is to sit down and have a really good session of finding commonality of hobbies or interest. Because what you do there is then you can identify, like say, for instance, that you both like pottery. Who would have known that from looking at you if you don't talk about it? But
do you like pottery, honey?
No, I don't. Oh. But here's the thing. Here's how easy it could be, right? You're sitting there going, well, we're making a list. And we're talking about this all.
We're checking. Are we checking it twice?
Well, we're checking it more than twice.
Making a list, checking it twice.
Ultimately, that you come to the pottery thing and somebody jumps out and says, that scene with Ghost is so romantic. And the other person goes, yeah, absolutely. I love working a pottery wheel. And then somebody else come back and go, well, wait a minute. When have you did one? I did mine back in high school. Oh, no kidding. Well, I had a workshop with my church when we did this. Really? All of a sudden you found commonality that you say, would you like to do something?
I think Elizabeth wants to take a pottery class.
Well, this isn't about Elizabeth, so it doesn't matter. Because a
I'm always thinking
14-year-old
about a
isn't
drinking.
going to talk to no 14-year-old boy or 15-year-old boy about making no darn pottery like Ghost. I can guarantee you that.
No, she likes. I think she wants to because she likes that scene in Ghost.
That's exactly what it was. Because she don't know what pottery and pottery wheel is anywhere else other than that movie.
Other than Ghost.
Yes. So my whole take on this is that it just could be something right in front of you in your history. You're not quite, remember.
So I'm
why.
going to put you on the spot here, Jeff, because
Well.
you're never too old. You're never married too long to find out more about each other. And that's just one of the things that I love about doing this podcast with you is I find out things like the last episode, that story about the plane.
Yeah, now I have to go lay on the couch in my therapist's office for half an hour.
And I'm the only one he's ever told that story. He's 61 and he remembered it when he was 5. He's still hurting somewhere. So I'm going to have to get him on the hypnosis in a hypnosis session pretty soon.
Because I don't care about that toy.
I'm just pointing.
I just know that when you dream up such an imaginative toy, that you don't forget that. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. Well, that was last episode. They can go listen to that. But I bring this up to say, that there's things that. So what are some things that maybe I don't know about you that you like that maybe we could do together? I'm going to put you on the spot here. Or one thing. It doesn't have to be things. One thing.
Something that we like to do together
that we haven't done.
That we have not done.
Yeah. Or we've done, but it's been a really long time. Bowling? No.
That's really not easy because you and I are around each other all the time.
Is that a good thing?
That is a great thing. That's why it's like we always find stuff to do, like chess. This year we picked up playing chess, right?
But I'm not very good at it, and I really like to win, so I don't like to play too much. Well, no, here's the honesty of it. It takes brain cells that I don't use very often because I'm very visual and creative, and I can be analytical when I need to, but it's usually, for work. And so I find it work to be to play chess, and he usually wants to play when I'm on a in a supine position.
Well, that's not true. It's like if we, instead of after dinner you just turn on the TV and watch episodics. We do different things such as podcasts. We looked at different documentaries, and occasionally,
I do love
right.
So
what I wanted to do was introduce an activity,
right,
and that could take a little more time. And chess is great because we're not playing for competition with clocking the moves or any of that. We're just playing, but because she is extremely competitive. I mean, to the level that you would go, really? You're mad at that? But she's gotten better. No, I'm saying this because I know that 15, 16 years ago, if we played a game, she would really be mad if she lost something because we played.
I was raised with 5 kids. You had to compete to get a piece of bread. But the bottom line is that I just like you've noticed with chess, the few times we've played, if you beat me not so badly, then I have a little bit of hope. It's not like I'm so competitive I have to win because he tells me after I already agreed to play with him that he was in the chess club in high school. I'm like, OMG. Okay.
It wasn't high school, first of all.
Grade school, something.
Junior high.
Okay, junior high.
But it doesn't matter. When I play games, I take a flamethrower to the field.
But yeah, as long as there's some, I started to have some movement where you weren't, killing me as badly, then I have your interest. That's just human nature. You want to progress, not perfection.
But you have to play enough to get enough experience.
I understand.
After 2 games is not enough experience.
I understand. And and I'm going to say that same thing to you because one of these date weekends when it's my choice, and I've talked to you about this before, because my back and knee is not hurting me anymore.
My bunion
We're going to be playing pickleball. If my sister can play pickleball, I can play pickleball. You can play pickleball.
You have to understand this motion slamming like a tennis is not good for my shoulder.
Oh, okay.
And I have to work on this because
is it like this or because they have an introductory, I've been seeing it all over
pickleball
Facebook.
Is like playing tennis without having the tennis.
It's not like racquetball, like side like this. No,
or it depends where the ball is coming to you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The thing is,
All right.
it's swinging and missing, or swinging with that force. And I know when we were playing tennis, she hurt her shoulder. I hurt my shoulder.
I've ended up having shoulder
Yeah,
surgery.
and it's because at that time I really do believe is that we were overzealous and we were hitting it like we've been playing for years.
Well,
You know,
truth be known, if you recall, we belonged to 24-hour fitness at the time, and I did my workout and I saw you on the court,
I know.
and I went out there and was throwing hoops
This is
with
basketball.
you. Yeah, and I overextended, I'm
She
sure
didn't have proper.
I'm sure
form.
exactly bad mechanics. That's
right.
how most all injuries are made. Now in our age, it's not just bad mechanics. Even if you use good mechanics, the body's not going to respond like it used to. And that's just a fact if you're blessed to live long enough as we are. Right?
What my experience and my wisdom that I'm going to share with all of you on this. If you're going to go out there and do an activity that's require physical, like playing some kind of sports, you got to warm up. You got to do it slower than you want to in your head if you have not done this before. Number two, try not to do anything competitive in sense of counting scores. If you want to do something physical, take a hike, go take a walk, go do those type of events, because the sharing is what you're looking for.
Absolutely. The sharing, the communication, the sharing. But don't be afraid to, mention something, like I didn't really, you pushed back the first time when I talked about pickleball and was like, oh yeah, sure, with your back. And because I was doing a lot of therapy on my red light heating pad, where I was having some issues with my legs and my lower back, which come and go. But, a few acupuncture treatments and self-hypnosis and regimen of nutrients and vitamins, and I'm good to go. So this is the first time I'm hearing the talk about it's not good for your shoulder.
Well,
so now that I know that, I'm not going to push you for pickleball again.
It's one of those things that you playing like any sport you're playing, and then the one angle that you go at could tweak you to the point where you're down for 6 weeks. And I know we did this on tennis, and I stopped playing basketball because how the physical requirement of high impact. This is why,
plus getting your face split open.
That's where the high impact was. The elbow to my face.
But
I mean, the point being that I still love
dislocated shoulder back in California.
I still love competition, so I got into baseball. Baseball is a little bit more forgiving because there's so much time in between each play.
Right.
And then if you're going into this explosive movement, you're calculated. It is an action reaction without calculation, back and forth with no thinking.
Hey, honey, I think it's we're going to see the Nutcracker this Saturday. But the next time I choose, I mentioned it kind of off the cuff, but we haven't been bowling in a long time, and I think we could do that.
The only thing that you like date nights on Saturdays, and bowling would be packed with kids on Saturday.
The day or the evening?
All days.
We could go Sunday.
So we will see.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what's going on.
Yeah.
See, now you notice now she's locking me down for a Saturday and a Sunday. Well, we can go on Saturday.
Well,
we can go on
Sunday. We did it Saturday because you were having games, but now that Sunday's open, now that you're in between seasons, that leaves it open, because just because we're doing the Nutcracker on Saturday doesn't mean we can't do a date.
Saturday is the Nutcracker.
That is the date?
That is the date.
But we're going to have our granddaughter with us. That's not a date.
Well, that's not my problem. We can leave her there. I couldn't care less.
You're funny. Oh, yeah.
She's 14. Find her your own way home.
Oh, right.
When I was 14, I was hitchhiking.
Oh, wow.
I know. I'm a boy. That's different.
So back to on point here. Have agreements. Agreements build safety. Talk about it. Like we're talking about, I'm finding out things here to clarify your expectations, and that reduces resentment. Like, I'm not going to resent that he doesn't want to play pickleball anymore, because I certainly don't want him injured. I care about him. And now I'm getting the true honesty of it all.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is it?
it wasn't me. It was him all along. And I love
Well,
you.
I knew you were in physical pain
No, I
several
know.
months ago, but
Yeah, yeah.
I understand pickleball is a good exercise for a lot of folks, and that's great. You know, I feel that if you want to play, let's go play tennis. But I also know that motion takes a lot out of my arm.
Yep, it does.
You
And
know.
and I haven't played since my surgery, yeah, because
Right.
I mean, it was a long haul having shoulder surgery and then the therapy after it, because you don't realize till you
Right.
don't have it how much your shoulder. I had a
So
ripped biceps tendon,
that's
is what they
right.
called it. Yeah, and you don't realize how much that part of your body controls so much of your body,
That's right.
in
You're
so many
off
ways.
balance too.
Yeah, yeah,
Because of your one arm not working, you're compensating the other arm for
Yep.
everything. So
Yep.
we can play ping pong. That's the small.
Oh,
However, there's no
yes.
room for it.
No, I was just talking to my sister today at breakfast that they opened up a 35,000 square foot library / community center, and I'm going to put it on my list. I don't care how busy I am this week to go pop in and check out the facilities, because I wouldn't be surprised if they had a ping pong
And
tables
where
in
is
there.
this at? Cypress?
In the Woodlands.
Oh,
No,
in
in
the
the
Woodlands?
Woodlands. Yeah. I've been
Go
seeing it.
figure.
I've been seeing it on social media, this huge something brown community center / library.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll check it out and
Yeah.
tell me what's going on.
Yep.
And then I will make a decision.
And you just have to say the famous words. What are the two famous words?
Yes, dear.
Yeah, there. Okay, we need a
Wow.
we need a yes. How do you say it again, honey?
Yes, dear. Yeah. If Ward Cleaver can only see all of us now.
This is no joke. We've been married 27 plus years. He is so impressionable to television.
Really?
Yes. He learned that from the Beaver Show, and we watched the Beaver Show. If many of you might have heard us say this before, that's our go-to while we're eating dinner.
And also, there was a sitcom called Yes, Dear for a while.
Was there?
Yeah, we used to watch it.
Oh, I don't remember that, but I just
Because it
remember
was on for a short while. I'm sure some of you remember.
I just remember him
Yes,
telling me, saying that, like
Yes, dear.
within the first couple months of marriage, saying, "Yes, dear."
Hey, better learn that than to argue and then have frustration, headaches, ill
Oh,
feelings.
I'm not complaining.
All that
I'm not
BS that goes
complaining.
with no, I don't want to do that.
I'm not complaining. In fact, I think we should. Who thinks we should do a show? Probably not the men. Who thinks we should do a show saying all the reasons why you should learn how to say yes, dear, early on in
I
the
could do that.
relationship? Let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah, we do it on Conversations on the Fringe because it would be about something about mysticisms, things about ancient knowledge.
Oh, ha ha ha! You're being tongue in cheek on that.
No, of
'cause,
course.
no, this is not mysticism.
Look, the thing is this, and I know this wisdom's passed around by a lot of people, which is happy life, happy wife. Happy wife, happy
Oh,
life.
that's the comment I used to say selling new homes.
Yeah.
When the wife said, "But I love it, honey." Well, and I look at the man and say, "Well, you know what they say: happy wife, happy life."
Yeah.
Sign right here, buy her house.
Yeah. I think that's one of the biggest closing questions in all sales, whether it be cars, whether it be houses, whether it be washer dryers. It's always, if the wife wants it, happy life, happy wife, And there's
That's
a
the
lot
job
of truth to that.
of the husband.
Yeah, there's a lot of truth to
There
that.
really
And
is.
if you're not going to buy into that, then you're going to have a lot of conflicts over nothing, really.
Yeah.
Or at least little things, right? But then if you're one of those guys that's super macho, machismo, runs the show, my wife makes me sandwiches and do what I tell her to do and all that. Hey, by all means, knock yourself out. But that isn't a balanced relationship.
Absolutely. And, just kind of moving to, because I know we're kind of running out of time, but moving down to another point in designing together as a couple, it builds desire when both partners help to shape the relationship, when you both are contributing to help shape the relationship. The ownership of the relationship increases when you both do. And what does it eliminate? It eliminates resentment. From one or the other. The resentment softens because you're building something together, for you. Your design creates partnership, not a pressure, to be something that you're not or do something that you're not. But I think it's back to, again, communication really seeds all of that.
I agree.
Right?
I agree. Communication, openness, open mind try things differently, try things you never done before, show some interest. If your significant other, like Kat, is really hip about certain things, she's really gun-ho about it. Okay, I'm not going to fight it. I'll do it one time and see if I like it or not. If I find it absolutely just, I don't want to do this, I'll make a point and say it. I don't want to do this. This is stupid. Or if I find something,
I wouldn't call it stupid.
well, I would, because it's stupid to
maybe
me.
it's stupid for you.
That's exactly right. Then she
Don't
yells at me
judge
for
it. Yeah.
I didn't judge it. I'm saying that's what I would, communicate, that I didn't like it. But usually, and now I'm going to say higher percentage of more usually is I find a nugget of gold out of something that she liked, and I'm like, okay, I see the value.
And let's pause there, because that's where we can, two people get together and can be better people, by what they share and what they bring. Because you never, would have. I mean, I've tried and been exposed to things that I never would have, and him vice versa, and we've become better people because of it and for it.
That's right.
And that's magic. That's the magic, I think, in a relationship.
Yeah.
So, Jeff, you want to go through real quickly, because we're running out of time here, on the action items, and then I will close with the poem and plug the book.
Our action items, dun 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 dun. Oh, we need some kind of applause for that or something, right? No, actually, we do this. Hey, and our action item for this episode is
quickly.
Number 1: replace relationship goals with shared agreements.
There you go. Okay.
Right.
And the second one is decide how you will protect connection during busy weeks. And that's a good one. How are you going to protect that, so that you aren't on this hamster wheel and distancing yourself? We have a lot of stuff going on in life. What are you going to do to protect that? It can be micro moments, guys, micro moments of pause, of happiness, of, a slow kiss, a look, a special meal, something. Jeff,
okay. Define what repair looks like after conflict. So basically, it's not just talking about it, but identify. Okay, we solve our problem. We found a resolution, and how we got there. Right? Have a little discussion over that, so that way you understand each other. You have a little more empathy towards the thought process of each other.
Absolutely. And by I was just having a conversation with my sister about this. The recent studies support that talking, verbalizing, even to yourself. No, it's not crazy to talk to yourself. It connects. It's that neuroplasticity.
Yeah.
You're wiring and firing that information. And so by verbalizing your repair tactics and what it looks like, to repair that conflict, it solidifies it for the future.
And also that the words have frequency.
Oh, absolutely.
So therefore, the energy that comes out of those frequencies are still now coming back to you on a cellular level.
You're reverberating them, exactly.
100%.
And multiplying them. So
it is important.
Yeah, it absolutely is important. Ask, what would make this year feel supportive, not exhaustive? Many have heard me say before, we are not human beings. I'm sorry, we are human beings.
Wow.
We are not, we are aliens. No, we are not human doings. We are human beings. And when you step back and you pause and feel that space and have a conversation about how you are going to make this year feel supportive, for your processes, not necessarily your goals. Because again, the goals are just looking at the end thing. And this is why so many people fail, because they go, yep, I want to lose 20 pounds. And then they never do shit about it. There's no process.
Yeah.
So
short term.
Yeah. So think about how you're going to support each other in the process of being the best couple you can, separately and together, for 2026.
Yep, that's right. And with that, don't forget, like and subscribe. We are definitely excited that this year is winding down, because this is our first year with Miracles Online Podcast. And we want to thank you all for such a great support. We are going to leave redpills.tv at the end of this year and just go on our own Rumble channel. So I hope you like and subscribe and follow us along, and then share it so we can build this.
And how can they follow us over on our Rumble channel and subscribe?
You just go to
that?
Rumble and type in Miracles Online. There it is.
Awesome.
Also, we have Substack. Also, anytime if you need to find us, just go to miracles-online.com. That is our website for this entire thing. Of course, you'll find once you go there, oh my goodness, these people have presence everywhere on all the platforms. Yeah, we worked really hard this year on making sure that you will never say, I don't know where I can find this podcast. You can find us everywhere. And that was the goal. And thank you again. Like I said, leave us a comment, share, subscribe, Substack. We got a new Yahoo store. Merchandise. This is how you can help support us by, sharing,
buying a gift. They're
buying a gift.
$10, $15, $20 tops, I believe. Great gifts, along with Miracles Online, finding true and lasting love in a digital world. If you're single, divorced, widowed, or just know someone who's looking for love, great Christmas gift. Less than $10. It's a GPS for successful online dating for anyone who's looking for love in the huge, magnanimous pool of online dating. This will help navigate you successfully through that modality. So pick it up, pick up a few for gifts. You'll be glad you did.
Yeah.
And we wish you did.
Definitely the best relationship ever when you find your love of your life.
Absolutely. And with that, Jeff, I'm going to close with a poem.
The poem, please.
The poem. From surviving to designing. Love doesn't need a scoreboard. It needs a floor plan.
Wow.
Oh, that's talking my language. Goals ask, did we succeed? Design asks, how do we live here? Survival is loud. It counts days. It reacts. It hopes things calm down. Design is quieter. It chooses on purpose. It builds margins. It leaves room to breathe. You don't need resolutions about being better partners. You need agreements about how you'll meet each other when life gets heavy. This year, don't aim higher, design deeper. Because the strongest relationships aren't chasing milestones. They're creating spaces where love actually fits. So as you step into this new year together, and we're almost there, ask yourselves these questions. Are we setting goals we hope to reach, or are we designing a relationship we actually want to live in?
Wow.
Something to ponder.
That's right.
And something to work towards.
Yep. And as we face less than 2 weeks now going into the last bits of 2025, we want to wish you the best, safe holiday, joyful, with family, friends, and
lots of food.
And well, yeah, there's that. And of course, the best with yourself.
Absolutely.
And with that, thank you for tuning in. Miracles Online Podcast. I'm going to kiss my host because she's my lovely little bear. And we'll see you on the next episode.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Looking for love online? The book Miracles Online by Kat Trolinos reveals the secrets to finding real connections in a digital world. Get yours today and give someone the hope of true love.